I hope everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving and that you enjoyed it. We're going to start today with our prayer, with today's prayer, okay? Since it is Sunday and we're looking for gas for the rest of the week, right? Since it's the beginning. It says, in your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus. Philippians 2:5. And I think that that's a beautiful way of looking at things. If we look at things in a human mind, sometimes, I hate to say it this way, but we dislike many people. Why? Because they get under our skin, or because they behave poorly, or anything of that nature, right along those lines. Nonetheless, we're here today to do our tarot, but let's start with something beautiful. Hi, Amp, how are you doing? So your motivation for the day, don't stop until you're proud. Do not stop until you're proud. And this is proud of yourself, of course, first and foremost. You know, I said something, I think it was Wednesday of this last week, and I said it out loud to a coworker, and it was kind of funny because I don't remember, something about talking about dating, or talking about, you know, how people feel when you're let down. Hi, and thank you from Canada. Thank you so much for your likes and your subscriptions. And so I said, not me. You guys should know me by now, those that have already been to my channel. I said, not me. I go home, I look in the mirror and I say, I love you. And the person went, I left them looking very like startled. But do you know that it took me a long time to love me? Because I was too busy loving everybody else. I was like this little social butterfly trying to pollinate everybody else's flowers. But when the night fell, or when people would go home and I'd only hear the silence or my own voice in my head, I hated it. And it took me a long time, guys, to be so in love with me. Not in a narcissistic way, but to where I love being alone now, because I can hear God better. I can hear the great I am, and without everybody else talking in my ear. Hi, Shell. Hi. So this is our moderator for the channel, by the way. Say hello to Shelly. And now I just love being by myself. As a matter of fact, when people come around and they try to, you know, interject in my energy, I almost feel like, can you go home already? Or can you just, you know, stop talking already? And I know that probably sounds rude to people, but I love being with God. I love being with the archangels of light. I love just being with myself and my own energy. But it takes a while. I promise you that. It takes a while to get used to being by yourself. But once you get so used to it, you almost feel like people are interrupting that flow of energy that you have with God. Let me take 4 of these beautiful angel cards. This is called the Oracle, the Angel Oracle. And I hardly ever use them, so I may, on 1 or 2, maybe I will use the book, maybe not, because I don't use them that often. But they are beautiful, guys. So the essence of love, and we just talked about that. This is the angel of the essence of love. Let love be the center of your life. Okay? And the thing is, guys, that again, loving yourself is not, you know, you being some kind of arrogant, pompous, you know what. No. Thank you and bless you too. It is loving yourself, because when you have so much love filled inside of you, then you can start sharing it with everyone else in the righteous way. Because when you don't have love inside for yourself, then it's kind of like you're leaving yourself empty, guys, when you're trying to love other people, okay? This one says serenity, the angel of serenity. I feel serene and tranquil when I accept who I am. See what I mean? Once I accepted who I was, and the fact that I didn't have to have crowds and crowds of people around me as I was accustomed to. As a matter of fact, as they started to thin out, I almost got into a resentful attitude or energy, right? Why are people leaving me? I knew it. They were just around me for what I could see for them and what I knew for them. And some of that is true. I'm going to say it out loud for those that know me already on a personal level. It's true. I've lost a lot of people along the way, but really, they never were meant to stay with me because they were not for me. They only were around me for what I could do for them or how I could see for them. Does that make sense? Do you have people like that around you, or have you gotten, you know, your little corner of the world, your people, your surroundings, your group, has it dwindled, or have people come and gone from your life? Sometimes they're just meant to be in your life for a season. Maybe you already saw what you needed to see for them or gave them what you needed to give to them. And now it's time to give to you. It's okay to love yourself. Like that person that was shocked when I said, I love myself. I look in the mirror and say, hi, I love you. You know why? Because if you have no one else, if you have nothing else in the world but yourself and God, you're still in really good company, guys. You're still in really, really good company. This is the guardian angel of children. I honor the precious child within me, and I nourish and cherish all new beginnings. See what I mean? There's never a time when God gives me a message that it's not for a reason. There's always a method to my madness when I start to talk, because there's always something that God is trying to bring a point to, okay? The trust, the angel of trust. I trust in the divine power of goodness and love to protect and guide me. See what I mean? You can't really hear God. You can't, there's been times, I'm going to give an example where there's been times where I have been in a crowd, like in a church when I was practicing Christian, being in church, that is, and I would hear them singing along with me, praising God. And in that instance, I did feel the Holy Spirit come over me, but that's very rare, guys. It's very rare that God is going to manifest himself that way to you or towards you to where you can hear him when you're in a crowd. Because most of the time, let's face it, they're talking and they're drowning out God's words. So it's very difficult for you to hear what message it is that God is trying to bring to you and why he's trying to bring that message to you. What does it mean for you? What could it possibly have or hold for you? You can't really pay attention to that unless you're drowning out all the noise. So when you're by yourself, that is a good time, even if you're in the car. Turn off the music for a while. Turn off the videos for a while. Turn off YouTube for a while. Turn off being around people for a minute, even if you're on the way to pick that person up, and tune in. Sometimes it's not only just God talking to you, it's your higher self, your wisdom trying to tell you something and trying to give you information. So it's good to listen, okay? Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surrounding situations, and everyone involved. Sometimes, guys, that fear also, because it happened to me, that's why I'm sharing today. It happened to me years ago where it was fearful when I had no one but my own voice to listen to. I wasn't accustomed to listening to me. I wasn't accustomed to the silence. During the time that I meditated, and I mean and I don't want to say professional way, but in a dedicated way that I actually was under a guru from India, then I learned to shut things out. But meanwhile, I wasn't accustomed to being alone because I had children, I had family, and I had so many friends. So I thought, right? You find out things the hard way. The people that are meant to stay are true friends and for life. But the people that leave you for whatever reason, prejudging, not being able to be patient, or you no longer are giving to them with an open hand, open arms all the time, and you're giving back to yourself or to something else, those are the people that show you that they're not there for the long haul. Indigos. Some of you are indigos. And if you don't know what an indigo is, there's different forms of star people that came down. Some came in the 40s. The second wind, along with myself included, came in the 60s. And we are indigos. And then there are star seeds that came down that are crystal children, and then the rainbow children. And I'm not talking about people of a different sexual preference. So whatever you are, whoever you're inquiring about today, may just be an indigo. And that might just be yourself that you're inquiring for. Integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowing of what's right for you. And that's not just with things or the way we think. That's about people as well. As I stated, some people are just not meant to stay in our lives. Perhaps you thought that they were, but for whatever reason, they just were not. They were not. And some of us can mourn those people, and some of us can just love them from our hearts and then send them away with love, right? Wherever it is that they're supposed to be, that's where they're supposed to be. So just send them away with love. This is the prayers of Archangel Michael. This is his oracle. And we're going to take a couple from there. And you will hear a silence because I'm going to pause to see if you need to pray within that time frame for yourself or for others. Then you can. And then we'll get into the tarot. Messages, please, for my beautiful Libras or anybody that would be watching at this time. Okay. And I don't know if you can see the poinsettias. I set up the baby Christmas tree. You know, although I am a single person, that doesn't mean I don't have a lot to give thanks for or that I don't celebrate Christmas, okay? So wherever you are, I hope that your holidays and this Christmas season will be a blessing to you and yours. So the first card for Archangel Michael, it says, take your time making this decision. For some of us, there's decisions on the table. It says, my prayer, Archangel Michael, please help me stay strong and relaxed as I approach this situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. If there's a decision that's heavily on your mind right now, I ask you to give it to the divine, to Archangel Michael, who can take it to God himself to help you with this so that you make the best decision that you can in reference to this decision. And there's really no right or wrong decisions, God is telling me, so long as they sit right with your soul. So if you feel like a yes towards the decision makes you feel uncomfortable body-wise or energy-wise, your nerves, etc., then don't do it. It's as simple as that, they're telling me. Okay, our next card. This is your life's purpose. For some of you, you are already doing your life's purpose, or you've come here wondering, what is your life purpose? They're saying this is your life purpose. Whatever it is, it's very strong, or you're drawing you in very strongly. That is your life purpose. For some of us, it's working with children. For others, it's music. For others, it's art. For others, it's writing. For others, it's teaching. Whatever it is that pulls you in very deeply and comes very natural to you, that is your life purpose, okay? Archangel Michael, my prayer. You know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. For some, it is a career. For others, it's not a career. How about if it's a life change situation? I know that our moderator, Miss Shell, her hopes and dreams are to one day live in a countryside. And that's what she's been wanting for the longest time. So when we come together, it's beautiful because we can help each other grow energy, positive energy, towards those hopes and dreams. So it doesn't matter what you're hoping for, so long as it helps yourself and one other person at least in your life or in life, that's all that counts. And your last card is protect. Home. Your home is protected by angels. That's what it says. This is my prayer. Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, taxes, etc. And isn't that the truth? We all could use a little help in that direction. This one's been calling me since I sat down and I was ignoring it, but I'm going to pull it anyway. So I was already going to go into the tarot, but let's go ahead and read from this. Sacred Destiny Oracle, okay? Don't know what it's got in here for you, Libra, but has to have something because it kept calling my eyes back to it, drawing my eyes back to it. So let's see what Spirit has to tell us through this oracle. Please and thank you. Okay, one card. So let's see what that significance is for you. Interesting. Opportunity. I know you can barely see that. It's very faint down in here. So it says opportunity. Do you see the moon? I'm really drawn to the fact that the moon is there. And the reason I'm drawn to that is because sometimes we can't see the opportunities coming, or we can't see that opportunities are coming, okay? And the reason is, good night to you too, or good day to you, wherever you guys find yourselves in the world, okay? It feels like when the darkness is there like a veil, we can't see what's just past it because it's still shrouded in darkness, right? Just like the night veils things from us, except possibly the stars, unless it's really cloudy. This opportunity is coming to you, Libra, and to each and every person, it's going to be a different type of opportunity. Like I said, some will be in finances, career, love, teaching, opportunity to write your book, to be heard, to be seen, to give a TED Talk, whatever, to do what I'm doing right here. Whatever it is that your opportunity is for you, whatever it means for you, because every one of you is unique, you don't see it coming yet, but you will. You will soon. Let's move into the, I'm gonna take the Dark Confessions mirror and the Dark Confessions Oracle. And the reason is because I feel like there's people, for those that are in waiting, or you have had someone from your past that you have on your mind, or maybe they've reached out lately. And I feel like those people are not exactly in the best of energies. So that's why I'm choosing these oracle cards. Let's see what these people would like to tell you, Libra. If they could tell you anything, what it is that they would tell you. Tapping into those that are in little to no contact with this person from the past. And I hope everyone's doing well. Hope your Thanksgiving went extraordinarily well. Tanisha, oh wow. Thank you, honey. And I wish you all the best as well. Much love to you. It's so awesome to see people from all over the world. I love it. So if you could tell Libra anything, cross-watcher, person from their past, what is it that you would tell Libra? Please and thank you. All right, let's go. Wow. Wow. All right. I think of you, Libra, at night when the world is asleep and my mind is awake. They're so pretty, aren't they? I cannot listen to your voice. It affects my soul. So when they hear your voice, something happens within them. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's God knocking on their heart's door to try to open it when it's been closed towards you, Libra, all this time. Rejecting you was protecting myself. I was being selfish. Isn't that the truth? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything there. I think of you when the world is asleep. their conscience is bothering them, where you're concerned. I can't listen to your voice because it affects my soul. There's not very many people that you can affect that deeply. You meet a lot of people, you pass a lot of people when you walk, even in a mall, crowded mall, or a crowded workspace. But you really don't meet those people one-to-one, heart-to-heart necessarily, right? Necessarily. So for you to touch this person's very soul, that's big. That's big indeed. Rejecting you was protecting myself. What were they protecting themselves from? Heartache, heartbreak. Possibly this person's been through something very damaging in their past, in their childhood, or through another relationship that you had no party to. What breaks my heart in all of this is that people that are hurt other people for lack of healing, lack of desire to heal, and also for the simple fact that they don't want to possibly be affected in that way again. But I don't know, Libra. I don't think that you're that kind of person, and I don't believe that you would have hurt this person. If you're touching their very soul, that means that you did cut deeply into them. You did go into, let's say, their little force field of a wall, or you know how people say they build brick walls. You were able to enter. But unfortunately, your voice, your words ring true to this person. And they are selfish, because you have to stop and think about it. If they're protecting themselves because they don't want to be hurt, or they don't want to be abused or used, and they're singling you out like you're supposedly the abuser, then what does that mean? How do they really feel about you? They're putting you into the same basket they would have put anybody else into that possibly did hurt them. And that's so unfair and so unkind. So Crosswatcher, I feel like you're so wrong, and you need Jesus more than anybody right now. We all do. But I really do feel like this is a come to Jesus moment for that person. Because how can they say they were protecting themselves from you and admit they were being selfish? So they know that this wasn't right, but yet they did it anyway. I just don't know how to excuse that behavior. Today for tomorrow is how they behave. So in other words, you see two people that are exactly the same. They give one portion or one mask they wear to the world, and then they keep another for themselves or for another group of peoples that they're around. Revenge. This person is very vengeful. For some of you, they've shown you that darkness that's in their soul. So for you to have tapped in and touched their soul with your very voice means that you struck chords. You told this person certain things that they knew to be true. They just didn't feel that they could continue along that line. And why? Because it would have affected them to the point to where they would have had to change, and they didn't want to change. That's why they're saying, I was selfish. Fated to suffer. Fated to suffer. It's funny because at the same time that this person is being selfish, and they admit it, they're also telling me here that they're fated to suffer. So in their opinion, they do feel like it's okay. I wasn't intended to be loved or to fall in love with anybody and for it to be long lasting. Because, sorry, wrong side. Because it wasn't going to last anyway. Nobody really loves me anyway. I was doomed to suffer anyway. Doesn't that sound like someone that's filled with pity? Doesn't that sound like someone that pities themselves? Wow. So this person, I think they're broken. And I'm sorry, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor. But feeling what they're feeling on the inside, this is a person that pities themselves and wants pity from others. So Libra, possibly when you were treating this person with kids' gloves and you were loving on them unconditionally, and you seemed like you didn't need anything from them or weren't requiring for them to grow, then they were so in love with you and they were so supposedly genuine with their feelings and giving of their feelings and themselves. But then when you decided, or you changed slightly, or you noticed even that they were not giving at all towards you, then it angered them. And their revenge is to withhold their feelings from you and to show you one mask, and they show possibly another portion of family or friends another mask. So they're not even true to anyone, because they're just showing different parts of themselves, who they want to be seen as on any other occasion. That's weird. That's someone who plays with people. They don't show their natural self. And they're very vengeful. They're angry that you pulled your energy away from them. Wow, I said that and all the cards fell out. And that they're fated to suffer anyway, because, you know, that apple, for example, that you were offering them, that piece of love or whatever, it wasn't real anyway. You were going to take it away anyway. No, it's not that you were taking it away. It's that you noticed that you were not receiving the same kind of love or feelings, and you were dealing with someone who really didn't feel like dealing with their feelings, because as I stated, this person shows one person one mask and the other person the other side of them, but it's not really the true side. It's not really their true self. They're not at ease. It's telling me they're not at ease. They're not someone who just relaxes into who they are with you and lets you see who they really are, and whether you like them or you don't like them, oh well, but at least they're showing you who they really are. No, they're not doing that for you or for anyone. They're showing people a mask. This set gets this mask, and that set of people get that mask, and at work they get another mask, and at home there's another mask. They never take off the mask. So you never really knew who you were dealing with anyway, Libra. But I'm seeking revenge because how dare you take away that love from me? How dare you give me love or offer me love and then take the love away from me, Libra? The funny part is, if you look at the card numbers, 32 and the other one's 23, so they're transposed, which coincides again back into the mask. You don't know who this is. It could be one, it could be the other, but it's never both at the same time. Oh well, I'm going to take revenge on anybody that harms me or hurts me. But you know, I'm fated to suffer. Woe is me. This is a person that pities themselves and refuses to grow. So can you imagine that? You were with someone that you never really knew, no matter how long you were with this person. Hopefully for some of you, it was just weeks or months. They should have tags on them, warning signs that you don't know who you're getting. You're never going to get to know me, the real me. So just stop trying. They should come with warning little tags on them. What they would tell you if they were really someone healed that you were away from. I've been fighting a battle I cannot win. If they were true to you in their verbiage, in their words, that's what they would tell you. They've been fighting a battle they cannot win. I dream about a future with you. My love for you is stronger than ever. I do believe that they do. A part of them does miss you. I'm yours forever and ever. But unfortunately, I don't feel like you're getting the healed version of this person. So because of that, they can tell you, or spirit can show you what's on the inside, but you may never get this person to admit that that's exactly how they feel towards you, that they love you and that they long to be with you. But what good is it, Libra, if you are never going to hear it from their lips And then let's say you hear it from their lips and then they take it back, or they don't carry out, you know, that type of a relationship with you. It's really weird. Very, very weird. The first two cards are Knight of Pentacles. So that's a very slow moving progress, if anything, with this person. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. So they're wanting to come towards you, Libra, but it's in a very, very slow moving energy. And the High Priestess is coming out because those are his or hers secret thoughts that you're not privy to. Again, we're talking about someone who doesn't tell you how they really feel about you. We're talking about someone that even if they did tell you, they would either take it back or change their mind in a heartbeat. They're not well, they're broken, but I'm going to say they're not only damaged either from childhood or another relationship. I'm going to say that in general, this person is very damaged, and they may also have a mental illness like a bipolar depression or a split personality disorder or personality disorder, or maybe even a narcissistic tendencies or disorder. So I don't think this is a healed person. So I guess why I'm sharing that with you guys, and again, I'm not a doctor, is because I feel like some of you blamed yourself that things just didn't work out. That maybe you tried and tried, but no matter what you tried, nothing worked. So if that's the case, then I'm here to tell you that it wasn't your fault, and that everything you tried was worth the try. You gave your best, you gave your all, you gave your love, and it just wasn't meant to be because they're not ready to heal. They're not ready to accept healing. All right, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Way to go, Libra. Ooh, Ace of Cups. You do have love coming. Page of Wands. You do have love coming, Libra. It's not with that person. It is not with that person. Ten of Swords. As much as they'd like for this to go forward and for you to have, you know, some kind of a, leftover remnant feelings for them, it's not going to happen because every time you open your heart, they let you down. And a lot of you have already realized this. So you're not going to continue along that vein. It's just not something you should be doing. The Hierophant. A Hierophant is coming in. Let's see what the Hierophant wants to tell us. Five of Cups. This person would have to release another relationship. Possibly even a relationship with a demonic entity that's within them. And I don't think they can. The Five of Cups has them sitting there in deep contemplation. The Knight of Wands, they're wondering if they should reach out. But it's too hard with the Nine of Wands here. I don't know what to say in reference to this person because I really think it's a lost cause. Eight of Cups are walking away. And what are they walking away from? The Eight of Cups had you walking away because it was judgment in your favor. And I want to say that's true. God saw fit for you to walk away. But the Knight of Swords, I'm telling you, they're trying to come back into your life, Libra. With the Star, they're wanting to chase their star, which is you. That beautiful, vibrant energy that only you encompass. Page of Pentacles here, wanting to offer something. What are they wanting to offer? The King of Swords. They don't know. They're still thinking about it. The King of Swords always uses supposed logic. And logic has no place in love because love is not logical. We don't choose who we fall in love with. We can choose who we live with. We can choose who we marry. We can choose who we buy a house with, who we have kids with, but that has nothing to do with love. When you're talking about feelings, free-flowing feelings and emotions, those you don't pick and choose. You can fight the feeling, but the feelings always win out, because when they're true and real, nobody's going to be able to kill those. So Six of Swords, wanting to, you know, how can we logically move forward in all of this? Five of Wands. So this person doesn't have a plan, not a plan that'll work anyway. Eight of Wands, thinking they need to do this quickly. The Wheel of Fortune, because things are closing. These cycles are closing on them, and they want you to let them back in. Here we have the Moon again. So remember I said something felt familiar about that Moon. So I'm telling you, this person feels like you're going to come, you know, letting them back in. Seven of Cups. Let me see. What can I do? What can I offer? What can I say for them to let me back in? Ace of Cups. Let me offer them the biggest cup of love that I can give them. No, it's not going to happen. The Queen of Cups to the Ace of Cups. It's just not going to happen. Seven of Swords, because it's all clandestine. Who wants to be in a hidden relationship or part of a third party? Page of Cups. Again, this person wants to offer you a love that's hidden from the world, hidden from everybody except themselves. And truth be known, from what we just read on them, even hidden from themselves, because they're not capable of demonstrating or showing love to you, Libra. Everything is hiding, or everything is a mask. Let me wear a mask so Libra doesn't know. Let me wear a mask so no one knows how I really feel or who I really am. I don't think you want that, Libra. I really don't, but that's up to you. Changing up the energy spirit. Can we please be given messages for Libra and what's coming towards them in general, please and thank you. Let's see what we get here. All right. Money. Money is on its way. 9 here. Do you see that? 9 of coins. That's a pretty good card to get. I love it. Wow. You should be concerned with finances right now. Look at that. I mean, they can't make it more clear. That is what's coming. That's the energy that's on its way to you. Again, we've been talking about this for, I want to say, 2.5 weeks now. And I want to say that it's continuing with that same type of challenge or opportunity. Challenge because some people, like this wonderful person that came onto the channel, right? They literally, I'm tired of hearing her. I don't want to hear this anymore. And again, the challenge is remain hopeful. I've told you guys, not because it makes me happy to tell you that I was homeless 3 times within the last 3 years. I tell you guys because if I would have given up, I would have stayed in the car, and Lord knows during the winters I could have frozen to death. So in other words, I would have not woken up, right? That's the sorrowful part. But I refused to give in, to cry, to poor pitiful me. I refused to do that. So what I'm seeing in reference to finances that are coming for you guys, the only thing is being optimistic, 9 of Swords. So you can be your own worst enemy where your gifts and blessings are concerned. Because if you don't believe that God can change things and cause miracles for you, it's not going to happen. Because we're too busy putting out negative vibes. Things can happen in a blink of an eye for you, and you won't even know what happened or how it happened, how miraculously it came about. But it can happen that you can have everything that you want, that you've been wanting. But you've got to have faith in yourself and faith in God that He will bring these things to you, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. He is love. 4 of Cups. Someone is so bored with their life right now, but yet they want a relationship. 2 of Cups. Don't be bored with your life. Think on yourself. How can I make it better? Today, I piled the car again with stuff for the Goodwill. I could have put it down in the basement and kept it for when I get a bigger place and put that out. But you know what I thought? It's just piles of stuff. And when I need it again, God is going to provide that for me. And maybe by that time, my taste will have changed. So why would I want to drag things along with me? I'm telling you, look at that, the Ace of Wands. You have new beginnings coming around the horizon for you. And you do have plenty of people offering you things. But remember, these are pages. They're not even horsed. They're not even on a horse. So be very careful who you want to accept things from. Now, if somebody wants to offer you, let's say an evening out, let's go out, let's make friends, let's go out with friends, etc. Those pages and nights could be very well welcomed. Why? Because they're bringing information for you. They're bringing information. Some of them may bring information in how to get help to get yourself where you want to go. What did I say last week? God told me to tell you, to share with you, it's okay to accept help. It's okay to accept help. Look at that. All this help leads to more money, more security, financial security. I want to say, look at that. It comes from a King of Cups. That's a beautiful energy. That's a beautiful friendship or a beautiful love to have in your life. Libra. I would say accept it. 5 of Coins. Wow. I don't know how many more coins are going to come out. The beautiful part about this one, though, this new storyline that God has given us now, is it's mixed in with financial prosperity and abundance of love, kinship, sharing, caring, friendship, love that lasts, long-lasting. The only thing that I saw that was negative so far is this 9 of Swords. But I told you, that's self-imposed. When we tell ourselves that we can't have it, that it's all in our head, or that everybody that's telling us things, it's a bunch of hoopla and that never really happens to me, that's already, you're already giving yourself a verdict. You might as well put yourself in prison. You already poured yourself out a big cup of guilty and nothing good happens to me. Remember, those words have value. They resonate. They have vibration. Remember, God himself spoke the world into existence with mere words, with his voice. So you have to stop doing that to yourself, Libra, because I promise you, everything that you're telling yourself that you're going to fail or that you're never going to succeed in, you're giving yourself a sentence of failure already. You have the 7 of Wands. There's got to be balance. Look at that. Ace of Cups again. You are going to be receiving some kind of love interest that comes to your life. 5 of Cups, so another cup there. And Ace of Wands again. And this one I did mix in with another deck because the deck was a little smaller. So there's 2 decks mixed in together. I do that to the decks I love. You got 2 Ace of Wands. And you got the Ace of Coins. And you got the Ace of Cups. There is nothing bad about any of this energy. It's all going to depend on how you decide that energy should roll. Oh, I'm going to be negative. Oh, I'm going to be positive. Oh, I'm going to let it be fulfilling for me. I'm going to allow the energy to unfold, and I'm going to allow God to bring me all these beautiful gifts, especially since the year's almost out and going into a new year. Or I'm just going to be pessimistic. Be careful, be careful, be careful, because whatever it is that we're trying to lend our energy to and grow, that's exactly what's going to happen. So you don't want to do that to yourself, Libra. You want to be in peace with yourself, with your life, so that your life can be filled with beauty. I saw the Magician. If it comes out again, then I'll leave it out. So just be careful with what you're telling yourself. That's why I said the first portion of this reading, nobody has to come home or come to me and say, Ella, Victoria, hey, Al, I love you. No, I tell myself I love you, because there may not be anybody that really means it around me, but I mean it towards myself. And I know God means it. He wouldn't be giving me blessings if he didn't love me, right? Stop and think about that. You're not going to believe this, but the King of Cups came out again. He just fell right out onto the table. So you are going to be meeting someone, Libra, and whether you're a male or female, it doesn't matter. They're still going to come in with the energy of the King of Cups, very loving, very mature, very centered person. There is a choice that you've got to make. There's a choice you've got to make. Can't show that one too long because they don't have clothes on. That's the Lover's card, and Justice is in your favor. So you have a lot of water energy here on the table and a lot of earth energy. A lot of earth energy. And that's a good thing. Don't be overly grounded because pessimism can turn into depression. Depression can ground us to the point to where we can't really move, right? You feel listless. But when you have the coins and the wands in your favor, wow. Wow. That's a fire mixed with money or coins, and that can make them move and grow. So that's wonderful. That is very wonderful. And the cups are emotion, and they're balanced because they're here, they're here, they're here. So it's a mixed energy of contentment, and contentment needs to go forward and grow into happiness, long-lasting happiness. You can't just be in an energy, Libra, where you're pessimistic, because I feel it. For some of you guys, I feel it. Nothing ever changes. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing I do works. You know, I was in that energy for a long time, for almost 3 years. And again, so easy. It would have been so easy for one day the police to just knock on the window of my vehicle and find me frozen. And I'm not saying that because I wish it on myself. I can laugh about those things now, but they were very real when they were happening to me. So I know what it is to suffer. I would never diminish your suffering or your sadness or anything of that nature. But I'm here to tell you that you can change that by your mere thoughts, by your mere decision that nothing's going to count you out because you're not ready to go. You're not finished. Your story has so many blank pages that you just thought that your story was finished and over, but it's not. I promise you it's not. Instead, it's got blank pages that are yet to be written. And the choice is yours, what's going to be written on those pages. It's not up to your enemies, frenemies, or lovers, or ex-husbands or ex-wives that wanted to take from you and take your very pieces of your soul out and leave you fragmented. That's up to you whether you want to let them do that, or if you're going to succeed way beyond what they could ever conceive you doing. Because it's not up to them, it's up to you how your story ends. And it's not time to end. There is a time frame going on here. This Hangman, they're telling me, is come for 2 reasons. The first reason is to give you time to reflect. Remember what I said? I love it when people are not around me. As much as I love being with people, it gives me a moment to listen to the voice of God and listen to my inner voice that's telling me what to do and what not to do that's best for me. So it's come for that reason, but it's also come because there's a pause. What is the pause for? That pause is coming before you hear messages. What are you hearing these messages from? Oh, someone who hasn't decided to come. Oh, Libra, I know where this is leading to. Yep, I thought so. Here we go with the 7 of Swords again. So I'm telling you, this person is waiting. And again, Libra, I don't know why, but this person feels like the more they're away from you, that the fire of anger within you and disappointment cools down. Those flames go away. What they don't realize is that for some Libras, it just gets you more angry and agitated because it's more like a how dare you return. If you were quiet and you went away, keep it that way. You're not missed. Nothing about you is being missed. So why don't you just stay where you are? Quiet, away, let things die. But this person is wondering when to come back in. They feel like you're just, you're angry right now, or you're still upset right now. And, as soon as you stop being angry, they'll come back. Do you really want this person in? If they can't handle you, all aspects of you, and only want you when you're happy-go-lucky and giving whatever to them, whether it's money, sex, your time, your love, your emotion, your house, your home, your food, your car, whatever it is that you gave to them. If they're not wanting you all the time, the whole you, then do you really need them to come back? To have more disasters in the wake? I don't think so. They're thinking that if they come back and pretend like it's just going to be such a happy time with the 10 of coins, it's just a happy time. I'm so glad to be back. Oh, Libra, don't you miss me? Didn't you miss me? Don't you see I want to be with you? Yeah, right. We already saw what their inner emotions and turmoil is. This may turn into an argument or a fight there. Again, with this 7 of Wands, we really feel like we need to have some balance to all of this. This person wants to come back and have a hero's welcome. Did you miss me? Where's the parade? Where's the flowers? Throw flowers at my feet. But look, the devil is what they're bringing. Because they have lust and possessive energy. It's almost, thank you so much for that, my dear. It's almost like saying, why are you not greeting me with a king's welcome or a queen's welcome? Show me to my throne and put my crown back on my head. It's like, what are you talking about? Do you not realize that weeks, months, or possibly years have gone by? Thank you again for that. Is it CA? I appreciate you at 3S33. 3. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful angel number. It's like, wait a minute. Don't you realize that when you left this time, the door wasn't only closed, but I locked it. And as a matter of fact, I changed the locks. You're not here anymore in my heart or in my life. And no, you're not going to squirm your way back. And no, I'm not giving you a king or queen's welcome. The door's right there. It opens the same way it opened to let you in. It was nice seeing you. Goodbye. People don't realize that you have a life, that you love yourself enough to say, enough of these crazy moments with these people. They're so misguided. And they think that they're welcome to come and make my life as crazy as they want. When truth is, I've already moved on. My life is golden. I'm making money. People are coming into my life that are going to help me create my own little empire. There's a person on their way, if I want love, that's here to love me. And all this money is going to flow that I can do really good things with, including taking care of me, which I've never done. And again, I'm saying this because people really, really, truly believe loving yourself is selfish. I'm going to say this in another way. This person always loved themselves. However it was, they loved themselves. But they sure did love themselves enough to stay away from you, enough to use you to get out of you and others like you every single thing they wanted or needed from that person that they felt they needed and wanted. Minus love. So long as it was given to them, they didn't feel any need or remorse to give back. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Shah. I appreciate you. And now that you want to close yourself off and protect yourself, and to that little warning bell is going off in your head going, no, 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 no. Don't let this person come back. Don't let this person come back. They're not well. They only want one thing. They only want whatever's right or good for them. And now they're upset at you and angered because you didn't bother to help them, because you didn't give them the king or queen's welcome. No, you can stay over there. We don't need you. We don't need you. No, 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 Libra. I'm telling you, God doesn't want that for you this time around. No, but there is someone coming that's a very good fit, and that's going to be up to you whether you want that new love or you don't. King of Swords is coming out again, but I don't think so, because that person feels like destruction. They feel like destruction, and I don't like that energy. So be careful. Be careful. Use your King of Swords energy for wisdom and for your intellect to tell you that there's nothing positive or good that could come out of that, okay? You have a Queen of Wands energy coming through. Again with the Hierophant. Again with the Hierophant. Wow. I'm telling you. You might feel an indecision here with that Queen of Wands. Maybe you're not going to feel too happy or warm fuzzies about that situation. That's the Eight of Cups. There's an Empress here who could be a mother figure or a mother to someone's children. And you have the World card. What is this about, God? Who is this person that's coming in as the Queen of Wands? Wow, that's a lot of cards. Okay. Wow, they're coming in with the Nine of Wands. Coming in with the Page of Wands. Lots of information coming through. Knight of Coins. This is work related or a lot of work. And another page. Someone has a lot of children, or someone has a lot to tell you in reference to their children. So you might be, I don't know if this is the last person you were involved with or if this is your new person, but there's an Empress here. Could be a mother figure that's wanting to tell you about their children. And you have the Knight of Swords and you have the Page of Cups. So a lot of children are involved, or people that are very young are involved with something here. Is this a new person, God, or is this the old person that's coming in for Libra? There's going to be a change, guys. There's going to be a change. I want to say that the new person may have children for some of you. May have children, may have an ex malingering in the background that wants to tell you about their children. Maybe they're going to tell you about their children because they want to know if you're going to love their children, if you're going to accept their children, or if you are going to dislike their children, mistreat their children. Look at that. It is in reference to work. So some of you could meet someone that's at work from your workplace. Be careful with those kinds of love affairs, because sometimes they don't last and then you end up not knowing whether you want to stay or go in that job. Be very careful, okay? You have the Five of Cups, someone who has been very hurt in the past, and an ending. So this is not someone in their present day life as far as a love is concerned. It's somebody from their past, and it did end. So at least it's not someone who's harboring feelings for the person that's coming into your life. Anything else you want to tell us in reference to this new person coming into Libra's life, please, and thank you. Anything else, Lord? It doesn't look like it. Ah, okay. It's love. You've already gotten the Ace of Cups 3 times, guys. 3 times you've gotten the Ace of Cups. This person wants to tell you, for some of you, they're going to have children. This new person is going to have children. And the old person, which is the mother or father of that person's children, is wanting to talk to you and tell you, hey, this person, when they fall in love, they really fall in love. Is this real, or is this something you're playing at? Because my children are involved here. I don't want my children mistreated. I don't think that's a bad thing to say to someone. I don't even think you know that this is happening. This is the Fool's card. I don't even think you're aware that someone has their eye on you already, Libra. And this is happening really fast. Oh my God. This is happening really fast. You got the Six of Coins again. Look. It's weird because it feels like For some of you that you have a dynamic where you're going to be meeting someone at work, or you've already met someone at work, yes, Shell, leave it behind, bury it, put a tombstone on it. I feel like somehow it's going to help you. I know that sounds dumb, and I know that's furthest from people's minds, is how can I get ahead at work? Oh, let me be with this person and it's going to help me. But I feel like somehow it is going to help you to gain either a better position or somehow be seen differently at work. There's again the High Priestess. Oh my gosh. You are the star. You are a hard worker. You do have good things coming to you. The Queen of Cups. Judgment is in your favor. It's a lot that you're taking on in general. And it's showing with the 10 of Wands. Anything else that you want to tell us? But look, another person here. Who is this King of Coins? What does the King of Coins have to do with Libra? What does the King of Coins have to do with Libra, please and thank you? Emotion. Emotion. Who's going to be showing the Libra emotion? What is this moon? What does this moon have to do with? That's the Four of Wands. That's the Four of Wands. When this happens, Libra, that you end up in a relationship, a new relationship, this person from your past is going to be regretting it. I almost said crying, but they'd have to have a heart to cry. They're going to be regretting this, Libra. And not because you're purposely setting out to be with someone else, but because of the simple fact that you're tired. You're tired of waiting for people to change when it's not a possibility for them to change, because they have plenty of time to change and they never made the decision to change. So it doesn't matter if you wanted them to change or you were waiting for them to change. And it doesn't matter that they felt like you should have waited for them. Waited for them for what? For what exactly? For them to grow old and finally be in the grave? For you to grow old and finally be on your deathbed? I mean, come on, let's just be real. Who wants to do that? Not me. I got a life to live. I have things to do, people to see, things to know, things to accomplish. Let's look at the old Lenormand and let's see what they bring us. I don't have time to be waiting on people that don't have a, like they say in Spanish, un hasta aquí. They don't even have a timeline for themselves. And they don't even share any emotion with you. I can imagine someone that would say, hey, Libra, I'm not ready right this minute. I have feelings for you. I find it difficult to talk about my feelings, but I do have feelings for you, Libra. And they're growing every day. I don't know why they're growing, but they're growing. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but it is. But you just got to give me time. And I promise things are going to change. But nobody talks to you that way. They just cause all these crazy shenanigans to happen in your life, and then they expect you to wait for them, excuse me? Are you crazy? I'm not waiting for nobody. Time waits for no man or woman. You just keep getting older, and then you're living by yourself. Well, that one went straight to the floor. Give me one more, because I'm not getting on the floor. I usually do, guys, but not today. One more, please, and not on the floor, preferably, please. More. Too many. So yeah, no, you're not going to be waiting around. You're not obligated. You're not obligated to wait around. You're just not. I'm going to show you the last one in a minute. You got the tree. Beautiful, beautiful growth. This is firm roots planted into the ground. The birds, you always receive some kind of messages. There's a tower. Oh my gosh, now I know why it came out together. Here's the tower. Look at that. The death card. Whew.